All right. Hey there, interwebs. It's April 30th evening, about 8 o'clock AZ time. Just doing a daily update. Um, for those who actually follow us and maybe want a slightly easier way to be able to find some stuff, especially those on Instagram, because I can tell you that Instagram is a cluster. If you're paying close attention, once in a while you'll see some of our videos just upside down, like I'm a bat. Um, the Reels thing never works. Any video that's 61 seconds or longer turns into a whole mess. Anyways, I am in the process of uploading everything to YouTube. You can find us there, Chuck Fights Cancer, as well. Um, at this point, if you search it into Google, we actually pop up pretty, especially the TikTok channel just pulls up pretty early on in those results. Anyways, so how am I feeling? Yeah, my theory yesterday was that it was never about Sundays. It was never the fifth day after an infusion that was my bad day. It was actually that it was the second day after I stopped taking steroids. And knowing that I have next week off, basically no treatment, um, a little bit of recuperation time, um, I did not take steroids Friday. And I felt okay Friday, right? But Saturday, yesterday, was just not a good day. Um, my my entire GI system is like on reset when I get off the steroids for a couple of days. Um, but I had some of the bone pain yesterday. My taste buds are trash right now. Everything just tastes like styrofoam. Um, but the exhaustion, the fatigue last night trying to sleep, it was very, very difficult. Um, yeah, so it's really interesting that my bad day has been Sunday the whole time until this week, and this week just happened to have been the one that I stopped taking steroid a day early. Excuse me, just thinking that I could, um, you know, just start feeling better a little bit quicker in my week off and whatnot. So it was just a really enlightening weekend. Um, I do want to take a couple of seconds before I get off and just mention this neuropathy thing. And we're using the cold booties and the cold gloves to try and make sure that I don't get any kind of neuropathy. And I can tell that I have some beginning stuff of that. Um, the weirdest thing is it's not just the touch of the fingers. I'm going to go over 3 minutes on this one. Hopefully, it uploads the whole thing. But it's the bottoms of my feet. And I find myself having to walk around barefoot more often than not because it's the only way I can actually tell that the bottom of my feet and my actual skin is touching anything. When I'm wearing shoes, when I'm wearing flip flops, socks, whatever, I literally cannot feel my feet touch the ground, and it's just a really weird feeling. I was doing some reading about it, and a lot of people start feeling like weakness in their feet, in their ankles, lower in their legs and whatnot, and they might be a fall risk or something like that. But I don't seem to have that issue. My issue is that I'm not sure, just when I put my foot down, how much pressure I'm actually putting down. So it's just a really interesting sensation. Um, it's not really bad. It's intermittent. It comes and goes. I have it a little bit right now, but we'll see how this week off goes. And we're looking at not this Tuesday, which we're going to have off. No Mayo Clinic this week, and then next week I get my CT scan to see how the first 2 rounds of chemo actually worked and see if this bastard is growing anywhere else in me. Pretty wild stuff, I guess. Just living through this and whatnot. The fatigue is really the thing that really causes the biggest grief over everything. I know there's millions of people out there dealing with all kinds of ailments and whatnot, and most of what I'm dealing with is really not really inconsistent with just people who have chronic illnesses that impact them. And so, I'm really understand. I like to believe I've always been understanding because I've been in the healthcare industry for damn near my entire adult life. But um, like I have a really healthy respect for anyone that deals with chronic illnesses and chronic diseases and chronic symptoms and chronic pain, especially, right? Um, and it's the symptoms from the chemo that really is impacting me the most. It's not so like I'm not even sure I even have any symptoms of cancer. In the fall, last summer, I've talked about that before, and the pain and all of that led to it. Like clearly, I had some pain related to the tumor, but that tumor's gone. The other tumor that I have in my chest, I really don't think I'm experiencing anything from that, but it's really the symptoms from the chemo, right? The side effects and whatnot. That's putting me on my ass more than not. Um, the exhaustion and the fatigue is really the thing that causes me the biggest grief. Um, I'm managing it, but like we're in America, right? And far be it from me to shit on the American dream that is the health insurance industry and whatnot, but I've been in this racket for way too long to actually even believe for 2 seconds that our healthcare industry is even the least bit good, right? It doesn't mean that we don't have talented professionals out there giving great care. I'm getting great care at the Mayo Clinic. Thank goodness I have a good insurance policy. And we've gone out of our way to make sure that we maintain a good insurance policy so that I can keep going there. But there's so many people out there just suffering day in and day out, and that's one of the reasons why. Yeah, for those of you out there that know, I do have my own business. It is a consulting company. The large majority of our clients are in the healthcare space. Most of them are in behavioral health, but we do have some in the primary and specialty medical care space. And one of the reasons we do what we do is so that we could make the administrative side, the business side of healthcare easier on these folks, so that they can go and give really good care to all of their patients. And maybe I'm a little bit of a bleeding heart that way, and that's basically our mission is why we exist. But I got to tell you, we're a small team. There's only 5 of us. I've only got 4 employees, and I mean, when I'm laid up with exhaustion and fatigue, and I'm not sleeping, or I'm waking up at 2 a.m. I'm not going to name names, but one of my employees knows, because I see her working between 2 and 4 in the morning. I'm up, I'm doing emails and whatnot, and yeah, we're getting some stuff done, but that kind of stuff doesn't play well long term, right? And so, I guess I'm kind of rambling here just to simply say, the fatigue is the thing. It is exhaustion. It is the insomnia, and that's the thing that really wears me down mentally. And so I really do have a healthy respect for all those folks out there that are struggling day in and day out, especially with the things that will just wipe you mentally, right? So I just want to give a shout out, take this long-winded thing to just kind of ramble tonight, I guess. I guess it's Sunday night. Maybe I'll get some of this crap off my chest, and we'll refresh anew tomorrow. I'm thinking about going back into morning updates. It turns out the evening updates, even though the temperature is nice, and don't get me wrong, one of the things I love about Arizona is Arizona at night, especially in the spring and the fall. I think I'm going to head back to the mornings. I think we get a little bit more activity, more people actually catch us when we do it in the mornings and whatnot. And again, just reiterating the whole reason these channels exist is to just show our support for others, receive a little support back, share the information that we're getting as we get it. Like I've said previously, and this is one of the things that Misty really pointed out, is that there's not a lot of men talking about their cancer. There's certainly not a lot of people talking about anal cancer, let alone metastatic stage 4 anal cancer, right? So if we can just be out there and give some information to the world, I guess that's all we're going to do. Info and support. That's what our channel's all about. Anyways, pushing up against 10 minutes. I'm going to quit rambling this evening and just say, you know what? For all those out there seeking support or giving support, good on you. I hope you're getting it. I hope you're giving it. And I hope that you're thankful. And Have a good night.